So tell us what's going on with AdSmart Addressable advertising, where things are, and some new functionality that have been added to the scenario.
So if you think about AdSmart as a product, it's now been in market for getting on 21 months. So it's very much established in the UK marketplace. We launched in January 2014 with very much a sort of a ramp-up feel to the product. And what I would say about AdSmart now is it's established and we have a real sense of momentum and growth. So since launch, we've run more than 520 different advertisers on the platform, 2,500 campaigns, just under 3 billion impressions served. And the big change for us has been about enhancing the functionality. So in terms of targeting capability, when we launched, we had 100 or so fixed attributes that an advertiser could combine to create their chosen audience. And we're now up to about 397 or so, not to be precise, of attributes that an advertiser can choose and combine to create their bespoke segments. But in actual fact, it goes further than that. We've launched in February of this year custom segments where an advertiser can match their data set with Sky's customer base and serve ads accordingly. So, for example, segmenting their customers by value, lifetime value, lapsed versus existing, and really trying to use TV as a full end-to-end direct response medium as well as a branding medium.
Jimmy, let me ask you this. So, how much is addressable in an hour? And in other words, how much time served is addressable? In the US, it's sort of the cable operators and satellites get about 2 minutes per hour, something like that.
Yeah.
How does that work with you guys? And furthermore, how much of total inventory, if you can put it that way, is sold and delivered through this addressable AdSmart scenario?
Sky AdSmart is enabled in 7 million households in the UK. What's different about the UK to the US is that we enable every single spot in every single break to be addressable. There's only one constraint, and that's live sports, and we're working on solving that technical solution now. So in terms of the volume of inventory, theoretically, it's almost 100%. But obviously, that volume of inventory that is used for addressable scales and is dependent on the proportion of, or the number of campaigns that are active on the platform.
And from an advertising standpoint, is it just more effective advertising? I mean, obviously, are there more sort of advertisers now that are getting into the game because they can address a segment? Or how does that develop?
So if you think about AdSmart as a platform, I referenced the 515 advertisers. 70% of those advertisers are either new to Sky or new to TV advertisers. So from a financial perspective, it's absolutely delivering against its KPIs. It's growing the TV market. When we launched, we had this very grand sort of statement, which is we wanted to make TV more relevant to more brands. And we are absolutely delivering against that metric.
And finally, what about the medium itself that's delivered? Is it just 30-second spots? Are there other enhancements? Are they customized? And what are the opportunities for the creative agencies or brands around addressability? So we run via the AdSmart platform all creative execution. So by that I mean all time length. So it's not constrained to 10s or 30s. It's everything from 10 seconds to 60 seconds can be served in an addressable fashion. We've had to change at Sky the way that we work, both the way that we work with advertisers, and it's becoming a much more tripartite conversation rather than an agency and media owner conversation. The advertiser is more often than not involved in that conversation. And it's also meaning that we're having to think about different ways of empowering creative messages on TV. So we now have a roster of creative agencies that we partner with. Something like 50 different creative agencies in the UK who are working with us to build bespoke creative for these really tightly targeted campaigns, whether they be targeted on a locality basis, whether it be a garden centre, a car dealership, or indeed a dentist, or whether it be a really tightly targeted campaign in terms of their target audience, so whether it be software as a service, investment banking. We're seeing a complete range of advertisers and creatives coming onto the platform.